Well, y'all, I'm going to get started with my fall planting, and that's going to be with my strawberries. I'm going to go gather runners from my strawberries, and I'm going to be planting them in pots to keep them over the winter. And that way I can, when they're rooted in the springtime, I'll go ahead and plant them in my other raised beds that I've got. So I intend on using at least 2 more of those raised beds as strawberry patches this year. So instead of having 2 strawberry beds, I'll have 4. Hopefully, if I get the runners to cooperate. Right now, I'm going to be busy fixing the soil. I've got cocoa coir that I'm going to be putting in this pot, because you got to break it down. I mean, you got to get it out of the box first of all. You got to get it in a pan big enough, and I'm hoping this will be big enough. I don't know. Oh. It's kind of doubtful that it'll be big enough, but we'll see. Because it's going to expand and probably triple its size. I may have to cut it up and just put part of it there at a time. Put all this in the box. Then I'm standing on my head again, it looks like. Let's see if I can cut this in half. I don't know if I can or not. I don't know if this will. I don't think I can. I may have to just stand it up like that, let it start dissolving, and put it in buckets or something until I can get it all dissolved, because I don't have any pan bigger than this to put it in that will hold water and hold the cocoa coir. I'm going to try to keep my strawberry cuttings, my little starter plants, in pots and have them in the greenhouse over the winter, because I don't have a garage to put them in, and I can't put them in the house. First of all, I need to get this level. It's not level at all. Or as level as I can get it. Maybe I need to pull it further up this way, because my yard is not level, y'all. And I'll put my boots on when I come out here next time, because I still have ants. And it did rain a little bit last night, so that's got the ants to the surface of the ground. Yeah, I need to pull that up even further, because it's not level. And with this water in there, it's got to be level. Let's see. That looks about level. That's probably about as level as I'm going to get it. But it comes apart pretty fast. It says to leave it in the water for about an hour, 2 hours, to completely break up. So I don't know. But I think in the meantime, while I leave that set, it'll soak up that water for a couple of hours at least. I might be able to go out there and cut my strawberries and see how many starter plants I can get from cuttings, and then be able to decide how many pots I'm going to need to put my little starter plants in. Oh, I don't know if this will work or not. But I wanted to show you how I get these runners for my strawberry plants. Look at that. You might have to get a close-up of it. But there's two right there. Two little runners that will make a plant right there. Here's one right there. Some of them will fall and root on their own, and that's okay, but I don't want them coming out of the box, rooting somewhere else, like this one. That's one right there. Here's one. See that little runner? That'll make a strawberry plant. Now if they end up in the dirt, they'll root right here. And I think there's a couple of them that already have. But there's some of them that don't touch the dirt. And if they don't touch the dirt, they're not going to root. See, that's a runner right there. This is one. Some of them I want them to go ahead and touch the dirt and root on their own, but some of them aren't going to do it. There's one. Here's another one. Pretty good size one. This one might root on its own. I'm going to leave it there, put it down in the dirt a little bit. But some of them are on top of the straw, and they probably won't root unless I push them in the dirt. Whew. But let's see how many I got already. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put them in here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plants. And you know, they may not all make it, so I don't know. Getting down on this thing is really neat, but when I bend my legs back, a lot of times my legs will cramp, and that's not good. There's a little bitty runner, but I don't think I want to pull that one up. I'm going to put it down in the dirt right there and hope it'll take root, because it's a little bit too little to cut loose. Here's one. It's a little one, but it's got a nub right down there, so it will root. Oh, I gotta get up. Oh, it kills my knees to get down like that, but that is a good deal. And see, this one, it would probably root. I'll make a little space and get it down in the dirt and cover it up. Cover the nub part up. See that one? You get this part in the dirt. Look at that. It's already rooting right there. Some of them have already took root down in there where they fell and actually touched dirt. I'm going to have to take this loose. And I can put another tie wrap back on it. But I got to get back here. And get my scissors under there. There. I know I'm on the other side of the deal here. But these are starting to root, so I'm going to leave them. I'm going to leave them where they're at. Let me look over here on this other side. Yeah, I can always come back out here and put tie wraps on these. That is not a problem. But I was going to do this bed on camera. And then I'll do the other bed another day. But you can probably see from that side. Under here. Yeah, I got several of them that have come to the edge, and where I didn't let them come out, they've taken root, and I'm going to leave them because that's where they wanted to grow, so I'm going to leave them there. Now if there's one here, that's a pretty good size. See, that's a pretty good sized plant there. All you do is put this part in the dirt in my pots, and they'll root. And I'll have plants to put in my other beds next year. Where is the end of this? See, I got two more. That's three more. There's a little one right there. I'm going to leave that one on there for right now. Let me go get those tie wraps and I'll hook those back. got white tie wraps I'm gonna put on there, but that's okay. White or black, it doesn't matter. I tell you what, it's about 85 degrees out here right now. But it feels like 105. Yeah, these are plenty long enough. Oh, let's see how I had this one. This one may not be long enough. I don't think it is. I'm gonna have to get one of the longer ones for there. Yeah, I got some longer ones in the house. I'll go get those and come out here later and hook those two up. But that'll be good for right now. Yeah, I got a whole bucket full of, or pot full of strawberry plants right there. I probably got about 15 or 20 strawberry runner plants that I could just cut off of those plants in that bed. Well, y'all, I got one pot of strawberries planted. Just water it in. I'm gonna put this over here. I got 3 strawberry plants basically in that pot. And I'll show them to you in the end when I get them all fixed. Whew. Gotta get my gloves on. Now, just what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Get my gloves here. But I got broken down twigs and leaves. I've got a little bit of potting mix in the bag. I got perlite. I've got cocoa coir right here. Whew. I'll do this pot next. Whoops. I already got some cocoa coir, perlite, and a little bit of dirt in there. Well, if I can get it out. It's wet. Everything that I had put in there before had broke down already. But I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of leaves in there. Now you can put coffee filters, paper towels, just anything there that you want. It's up to you totally. Now I'm mixing perlite. Let me get a little bit of this. Is this perlite already in that? But I got native soil. I've got cocoa coir. Put a little more in there. And when it breaks apart like that, it's good. But I definitely got too much in my pot here. I mean, my pan. It's too big for my stuff. But that's the biggest little pan I had, so. Now I'm just gonna put some in my pot. And I feel it kind of full because when you start watering it, you know it's gonna go down. And then I got my little pants here. And that's a little one. I'm gonna stick that just so it's touching the ground, the dirt. Because I want transplants in the spring to put in my other raised beds. So there's that one. Oh. Whew. Now let's see, I got this pot. Yeah, it hadn't completely got wet yet. But I can use all of this on the sides and in the front. Whew. Whew. Let's see. I'm going to use that bucket for planting. I think probably that pink pot. Let me put my strawberry plants out because I'm going to use this pink pot too. that's a pretty good size one right there. But I'm just getting those little nubs right in the dirt. Some of them have already started putting out little tiny roots. So there's that pot. Got about 3 or 4 in there. I may put another one in there, a little one. Well, I put this one. It's got a little baby runner on it. I just make a hole with my fingers and stick them in there. They don't have to be too far. Just basically under the dirt so the thing is touching so it'll root. Whew. I'm sweating like crazy, y'all. I wanted to put some in this too. Oh. Get this out of the way where I can put some of this dirt in there. You really don't have to use this big a pot. And in fact, I think I've got a few more small ones somewhere. These two are empty. So I'll use these. Because you don't need a great big pot. To plant, root strawberries in. Because you're going to transplant them anyway. Mix this around. Fill up the pot. Put that there so you can see it maybe. See how many more I got. Got this one. And I've had them cut for a while, so some of the leaves started to wilt down a little bit. And I'm going to put this little one to touch in the dirt, so it'll root. Got a little one here. Whoops. And I only got one. No, I got 2 more. 2 more right here. So I think I got enough in that pot. So I've already got 3 pots of strawberries planted. That's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got about 15 because I got a little one in that one. Oh, let's see. I need to get some of this out so I can replenish some of this stuff. And I'll be putting some of that in the raised beds too for spring planting. Whew. I had to wait till the sun went down. I've been out here most of the day um, working in this stuff. And it was really hot. I mean, it's cooler than it has been, but I tell you what, it's been hot out here today. I'm sweating. I mean, my clothes are wet, basically. So you can just mix that up with the dirt that's already there, the potting mix, the perlite, the cocoa coir. And then I'm going to fill that pot right back up with all that mixture. Now I got 2 more here in this little pot. So let's move them over here, and I'll show you where I'm going to leave them and let them root as long as the weather's permitting. Oh, I just dumped the pot, y'all. I didn't mean to. I gotta take my strawberry plants out and put them back in. Can't believe I did that. Now I got a one big one right here that I didn't get back in there. So I think I'm gonna put it over here. And I'll probably have more strawberries to go in that when I get them out of the raised bed. You know, that other strawberry raised bed. If I had a big old table to do this on, I wouldn't have to stand on my head, would I? I'm gonna dump this right in there. Because it's going to take it to fill that up. Dirt in there. I've got fertilizer coming, but I don't have it yet. So I can add fertilizer later to this. If I had it already, I would add it to the mixture. Now you don't want to bury them too deep. Just put that nub right in there. Whew. Oh. See if I can get this over here. It's heavy. I almost destroy one pot when I'm fixing another. Whew. Now I got one more to put over here. Let's see where I want to put it. And I'll have this all to mix up again to put my other strawberries in when I get them off of the other little raised bed. Whew. But there they are. I've got, oh, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pots so far of little strawberry plants. You know, they may not all root, but, you know, hey, they're going to have a good chance. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead, not today because I'm too tired, I'm wore out. I'll get more cutting, you know, little strawberry runners out of the other raised bed another day, maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'm too tired today to do it. But I wanted to show you how I'm gathering my little runners off of my strawberry bushes, my plants, to start new plants for next year planting in my other raised beds. Because hopefully I'll end up with about 4, maybe 5 raised beds of strawberries. You know that you'll keep adding more every year. And I can add another 1 or 2 to that pot right there. I can put probably about 3 more in there to root. Oh. So there you go, y'all. There's how I'm doing my strawberries. I wanted to show you what else I was working on. I put that shade cloth over the greenhouse because it was just getting too hot inside to put anything. And I said when the weather starts getting really bad and I need to cover my little strawberry plants, I'll put them in the greenhouse. And I can put the little greenhouses over those other strawberry beds. You know, I have little portable greenhouses just like this material that this greenhouse is made out of that I can put on them. They haven't needed it this summer, but that's what I plan to do. And I wanted to show you something else I was doing that took a lot of my time. Oh, and I'm so tired. I need a good shower, shampoo. But my shade cloth kept coming down, falling, and it was getting lower and lower. So I put this other pole here to raise it up. See, I added that pole. That's what I did today. And I put a frisbee at the top so the pole won't go through the netting. And I nailed it to the top of the little post. So it's not going anywhere. And it's nailed in good enough it shouldn't rip the shade cloth. But it's got up now. It's high enough now that, you know, I got plenty of room to walk under here that doesn't hit my head. But that's what else I've been doing today. Whew, and I still got to water plants. These I've already put water to. And look at this. Look at all these marigold seeds. I got them all over the yard like that. And I got a pile of them where I've been breaking the plants off and putting them over here. Let me show you. I got several dried plants full of flowers. Not flowers, but seed. You know, the dried flowers that turn into seed. I got them all right there. I got them in a pile, see? All of that dead stuff right there, that's marigold plants. And they're full of seed pods. And since it rained last night, I'm going to let it dry out. Because I don't want to store the seeds wet. I'm going to let them dry out for the next couple of days. And then I'm going to come out here and start gathering my marigold seeds. And I'll probably do some more planting of some for the fall garden. Yeah, where are you, little Lucky? Look at this. I got Lucky and little Lucky and little buddy. But anyway, yeah, and I moved my cactus that I got rooting around the front to where the other cactus was, because the other one did so well there. So I put the other one beside it. And I'm going to go ahead and water these. I got other stuff to water. And I hope you've learned something from some of my rambling and some of my makeshift putting this video together about strawberry plants. I mean, you can always add, just double your strawberries every year. If you'll gather your runners and put them down and get them rooted, then you can fill up another bed for next year. Or maybe 2 beds, depending on how many strawberries you got. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.